And for our next question, we will go to MMA correspondent Petey and Gia.
Yes, my first question is for George St. Pierre. George, I would like to know, when you look at Nick's style, what do you see as holes for you to exploit?
Uh, to tell you the truth, I never reveal my strategy because um, a wise man once told me um, a loose lips sink ships, and I feel like my championship is a ship, and it's riding out on the water, and it's like a steamboat, maybe with choo choo, and maybe if I say one thing or another about my game plan, then it will be like a how you say iceberg, a iceberg. I don't want my ship to hit iceberg.
Okay, and same question for Nick. What do you think is the way in to GSP's game for your style?
Uh, I think I'm probably gonna exploit his lack of jujitsu. I mean, I mean, real jujitsu submissions.
Are you saying George isn't a real black belt?
I mean, George, he comes from Gracie Jiu Jitsu. He's got Henzo over there, so I'm not gonna say that, but his style is all on top. I think he's probably a fucking turtle off his back. You better hope I don't get a sweep or take advantage of a slip or something, because if he's on his back with me on top, I ain't letting him up. He's tapping out or he's getting TKO'd or whatever. I ain't letting him go.
So then,
I
do
mean,
you think
he had Dan Hardy in like 10 different submissions, and he couldn't finish any of them. You want that armbar? Why the fuck are you crossing your ankles, George? Why are you doing that? Where I come from, people get slapped for that shit. I hope Henzo slapped him when he got back to the gym, but that's George, He's all positions. He's not training to take you out. He's training to hug the shit out of you for 25 minutes straight. That's what he likes to do. Just get a hold of you and hold on for dear life, like a little koala bear hugging his mommy. That ain't jujitsu. I don't know what you call that. I guess that's snuggle jitsu. Hold me close jitsu. Please don't leave me jitsu. I wish I knew how to quit you jitsu.
okay,
Dry hump jitsu.
it does sound like you're questioning his black belt.
He's got some moves, I mean, George got some moves. You know, George's got some moves. He's a Gracie Jiu-Jitsu fighter. But when it comes to, as far as submissions, I mean, I'm pretty sure he couldn't tap out a paraplegic.
I think they don't have any feeling in their arms, do they, paraplegics? So it might be tough for them to know to tap.
You're thinking of a quadriplegic, dude. A fucking paraplegic can still feel his arms and move around and shit and tap out if he needs to.
That's a fair point.
See, you don't even have your facts straight. You're coming at me with questions and you don't even know you don't even fucking know different fucking plegics. And shit.
Well, I do apologize for
The
that.
fucking media, if you get a fucking paraplegic, okay, he's fucking paralyzed from the waist down, all right? You can still get a hold of that fucking arm or one of those arms, and they're gonna know to tap out, or you're gonna break that arm, And I don't think George could do that shit.
Let me tell you something. If I get a hold of you and I dry hump you for 25 minutes, it's gonna be a dry hump from hell.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see about that. We'll see on Saturday.
Question for Nick. You're known for your triathlons and your great conditioning. I'm wondering, what is your diet like going into this camp?
George doesn't know anything about proper nutrition. He's probably eating fucking power bars, drinking protein shakes that he got at GNC, thinking he's healthy, acting like he's the shit, filling his body with chemicals and shit, all these processed ingredients and whatnot. I'm over here shopping at Whole Foods, getting my fucking 100% natural kale granola bars. George can't handle that shit. George isn't ready for that shit. That's 100% natural kale.
That's actually
Fucking microgreens.
that's actually not true. He say I don't know about nutrition, but we have a store here in Montreal which is way better than the Whole Foods, and that's Le Chateau de Supermarché on the 3 du Marché It is very healthy, and I always buy the healthy fruits and the vegetables. And actually, I do something which is very intelligent, which is when I buy the fruit, I always feel around them first because I don't want to get them bruised. Because I believe in strategy.
You are pampered, motherfucker.
You don't know me.
You are pampered, George.
You don't know me, man.
You don't know fucking where I grew up. I'm from Stockton, California, all right? I'm from fucking Lodi. I'm walking to school and people are fucking shooting off guns around me. My fucking book bag's getting all shot up. I get to fucking school. I got fucking bullet holes in my books. How am I supposed to use that? That's not good for school. I'm getting fucking. I can't use that. I can't use those books. I can't use those books anymore. How am I supposed to use those books?
You don't know anything about me, man. You don't know me. I was not always the rich guy. I used to be a garbage man in Montreal, and sometimes when I would pick up the trash and when I dumped the trash, sometimes there would be like a runny water or oil, gross stuff like that. And usually I would wear gloves, but sometimes I would forget the gloves, and they would get on my hand. One time I slip on a banana peel.
Oh, look at me. Look at me. I'm George St. Pierre. I'm afraid of Anderson Silva. I'm scared, homie.
Oh, I'm Nick Diaz. Oh, look at me. I'm Nick Diaz. I smoke the weed. I smoke the pot. I'm such a badass. I do triathlon. Look at me on the bicycle. Who gives a fuck?
And that will conclude today's media call. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in.